So today I'm bringing you here on behalf of the short film that I'm producing. I'm just bringing you to, I just want to ask you a couple of questions if that's okay. So what do you think about the idea of the short film?
I think it's a great idea. As a fan team of myself, both the films and the TV show, I've wanted for a while an up-to-date, like graphics-wise and facial design-wise of the show. I wanted to see how that would pan out and be a proper film.
Yeah. So what actors do you normally watch?
I've been watching DC stuff for a bit, like Grant Gustin and Flash and Stephen Amell and Arrow. So those type of actors I quite like because they can show both the aggression and the emotion, depending on what scene it is, as well as in Teen Wolf I like Tyler Posey, Dylan O'Brien, Styles.
Yep. And following on from that question, what sort of genre films do you watch?
I like thrillers for the psychological part of it. I like action, for all the fights.
Yep.
And then comedies. I love comedies.
Right. Nice. Have you seen any other films that are a similar concept to the one I'm producing?
Currently, no. I watched part of The Wolfman at one point. And The American Werewolf in London. I quite like that, which is pretty cool.
Nice. So what do you think about the cast that are acting in the short film?
In a short film, since it's going to be the TV actors, it's going to be amazing because they all play the characters so well, and it's just Teen Wolf.
When do you personally think it would be a good time for me to release the film?
I reckon like early on in the year, if not around summertime, when like school college is finished.
Is that like early 2018?
Yeah, early 2018. I think early 2018 would be good.
Fair enough. In your opinion, what would the best way for my film to be viewed, whether that's in the cinema or on the internet?
I reckon the cinema for the full effect of the massive screen and the surround sound, and then if you want to watch it in comfort at home as well, say on Netflix.
But not illegally downloaded.
No, I can't do that. We're going to get a part 2 at some point.
How well do you think people will respond to the film?
I think they'll really enjoy it because it shows all the drama of someone becoming a leader and then having to be a leader when he's a teenager, which is a lot of responsibility, and then he makes a new family, which is his best friends, and then he's always had that one best friend, which is Styles.
Yeah.
It just blends in so well with the emotion, drama, and action.
So if the film got a good response, or whatever response it got, but hopefully it gets a positive response, would you like to see this, like the series of the films carry on? So like dig more deep into like the database of Teen Wolf and figure out like more like enemies, like more allies or more characters like that they fight against or bring into the pack. Like,
I would love to see that because they always in the TV show they always bring new supernatural things, but I'd like to see one that is more in depth and like where they came from. So, for example, season 6, you don't know exactly where the Anukete came from. He just suddenly comes and I would have liked a little bit more backstory to where he came from. Well, I like that with all my characters.
You did. You came from the Ghost Riders. That's the creature that came out of the Wild Hunt.
But yeah, I would like to see like more like how he got into it and like what made him when he be like Medusa when he looks at people, why he wants to do that.
Yeah.
I would like to see his reasoning. And
for the final question, in your opinion, what age rating do you think that is suitable for the film? Because there's some swearing in it, but it's not to the extent that it's like bad word here, swear word there. Like to that extent, like it's not like it's only used when it's needed. Like for certain concepts of what the actors are doing, that's when it's needed. So, what age rating do you think is suitable for that?
I reckon like 15, because that's when they start well, it's where teens get more freedom because they're just going to go on to 16 or something, so they get freedom with doing whatever, as well as this is part of my struggle. Doing perfectly. That's 15, as well as because it's young love in Teen Wolf as well. So everyone wants that first love and experience. So that's why I think it would be a 15.
No problem. Thank you for answering the questions that I had to ask.
No problem. Can I get a free ticket to the cinema to see it?
For sure. But other than that, thank you for coming and thanks for answering my questions.
No problem. Happy to be here.